You can't hear what's going on in my earphones. Sorry about that. They're all telling you how much they love you right now, Josh. Mr. Mayor is the latest television sitcom starring Ted Danson.
Actually, I was going to say that Mr. Mayor is the latest sitcom from Tina Fey.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, does it tilt or suck.org?
Mr. Mayor is Ted Danson's vehicle for his career.
Ooh. Hello, everybody, and
maybe
welcome.
he'll finally make it as a big actor.
He's going somewhere. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Falling Towers. Watch the First podcast in which we watch the first episode of a series so that you don't have to. Why waste 22 minutes of your life watching the first episode of a show when you could just hear us talk about it for an hour? With us, as always, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, who, by the way, invented the Cheeto.
Well, I originally made them non-dairy, but then big chips took over and stole the recipe from me.
Big Chippa. We're also joined by actress and art creator Malissa Longo.
Hello. Thank you. Hello.
And very special guest today. It's her first time on the show. Give her a warm welcome. Everybody at home, everybody here stayed completely silent. Actress Jennifer Keane.
Sorry, I made a noise.
All right, so today we're doing a review of Mr. Mayor on Peacock. First episode entitled, you guessed it, Pilot.
I was gonna say, if you watched it on Peacock, then you probably had to watch commercials. I watched it on Hulu, so I had no commercials.
Oh, it's on Hulu too.
NBC, yeah.
But they have
Either any of these places. You could literally watch it any of those places.
So everybody at home, if you'd like us to review a series, just say WTF and the series. WTF stands for Watch the First. So say WTF Transformers, WTF.
Oh, we haven't watched that one yet.
ER, WTF The Wire, whatever you want us to see, make sure it's in the comment section below. And
the point is that you need to tell us what to watch, because it's hard work trying to figure out what show we're going to watch.
Yeah. There's so much out there.
Yeah, that's tough. So now that we've gotten all the bookkeeping out of the way, guys, it is
we need you guys to like also and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Ryan, stop dropping all these balls.
I just want to get to my favorite part of the show. I want to skip all the other stuff and just get to my favorite part. My favorite part, Jennifer and everybody at home, is predictions.
Predictulations.
Michael and I there's the kitty. Michael and I have known each other for a very long time, many Falling Tower days, through bands, through videos that have been removed off YouTube, through more bands, you name it. So we've known each other long enough to usually predict if the other guy liked it. By the way, we're pretty successful with MacGyver predicting each other. But everybody join in. My first thought is, Michael, I think you were lukewarm on this show. I think that you liked Bobby Moynihan here because I think he's a guy that you like. And if he isn't, then he should be and will be. Melissa, I think that you liked it moderately. And Jennifer, wait, I think you kind of gave it away earlier. I think, Jennifer, you liked it. Like, you didn't love it. You know, it's like war. I like it, but I'm not in love with it, right? That's a throwback to Disenchantment.
What is it good for? Yeah.
Yes, you got it 100%.
Michael, what do you think?
I think that Ryan was not impressed by this show. I mean, I know Ryan, I know him, and we've all seen some of his curmudgeonly attitudes towards shows, and how much of a sour puss he can be.
I only have
And,
one curmudgeonly attitude, and it's the one I hold near and dear to my heart.
And that's being a curmudgeon and a sourpuss. Yeah, so I think that Ryan was not too impressed by this show. Melissa, I think that she likes it for what it could be. And Jennifer, I know nothing about, so I'll just say that she liked it because she told us that. So.
This is the game we were playing.
Yeah, fine. It's your first time. You're okay.
We're pretty tricky to people. Melissa, what's your prediction?
I predict that Ryan wasn't that impressed. He's kind of snooty when it comes to shows, as comms particularly. Michael, I think he was okay. It was okay. It wasn't laugh out loud like the vampire one.
Michael laughs out loud at everything. Michael laughs out loud.
And Jennifer, I'm gonna steal the answer from the two fellows who went before me.
Now, Jennifer, but here's the fun part for you. Do you have any predictions for us?
Yes. I think you didn't like it. And I also think Michael loved it. He thought it was funny. And now I think Melissa, I think she didn't like it.
Bold maneuver. Now, everybody at home that's watching this, either in the comments or in the live chat, make your predictions. If I liked it, Michael liked it, Melissa liked it, and or Jennifer liked it. And until then, I can hear Michael playing with his mouse because he knows what's next. It's time to pull up the stuff and tell us what the heck is this show even about, by the way.
I'll tell you right now. Mr. Mayor is about a wealthy businessman who becomes the mayor of Los Angeles. In this episode, retired businessman Leo Bremer runs for mayor of the city of Los Angeles to impress his daughter. He wins not having a clue what the job entails. His staff thinks that he will run his office, but Mayor Bremer shows he's not. He has a mind of his own.
I like the two different reactions by Melissa and Jennifer. Melissa is just dying, and Jennifer's like, all right, whatever.
Cracks me up when he does that.
I think
good job.
As you were going, I was like, he can have a more of a vocal range. I think it's his voice.
Oh, he's got a great voice. He can go super high.
Like,
I can go very high.
Rich businessman. No.
Or I can go low.
Yeah, I think you can go a little more wacky. You have it in you.
Yeah, I should have practiced it a little bit more first, and then I could have like really whacked it up.
Yeah.
So here's Michael's favorite game of the day. It's called What We Expected versus What We Got. We compare and contrast what we expected before we even watched the show. If you'd heard anything about it, if you had some kind of preconceived notions, what you thought it might be. And then later on, we talk about what we actually got. So we'll start with Michael. Before you watch this episode, what did you expect?
Well, first of all, I will just correct you to say that my favorite game is the game that I just played, which is where I get to explain what the show is about.
Right. But, this is your favorite game right now. Okay.
This is the favorite game that I'm playing currently. And I like to call it Expectations. So I had first heard about this show. I know Ryan thinks that I should like Bobby Moynihan, and I do. I follow him on Instagram, and I first heard about this show. I first heard about this show when Bobby Moynihan posted about it. And he tagged a bunch of people, and he tagged Ted Danson, Holly Hunter, and he also tagged our good friend Josh Sussman. And I was like, wait a minute, Josh Sussman's in this show?
Yeah.
He's my
You know
friend.
him?
Yeah.
Oh, really? He's great. He's been on our show like 2 or 3 times already. And
I met him catering.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
funny.
gonna be mad that he wasn't on this. Well, no, because he can't really review it honestly because he's actually on the show.
he's in the show. So
Yeah.
not the first episode. He's in I think a couple episodes later, but
Yeah. We would go hiking all the time and like go to random coffee shops. Very
nice.
Josh is hilarious. Josh always cracks me up. I die laughing every time he's on the show.
So the point is, everybody at home, check out the episodes that we review with Josh and join us in some laughs.
It was Gargoyles, Umbrella Academy, and what was the Debris was the last one he was in.
Good knowledge.
Yeah. He's great. So yeah, I saw that he was tagged in it, and I was like, Josh, you're in this, and he got back to me. He's like, I'm not in the first episode. So I was like, all right, cool. I guess we won't have you on. And probably we wouldn't have him on anyway because we don't want Ryan to trash the show and then to make him sad.
I'm so much nicer than this.
But I was I mean, obviously I saw that Tina Fey was involved, and she's one of my favorites. You know, Saturday Night Live, 30 Rock, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. She did a show called Great News. And then this is like her latest sitcom, and I'm a huge Tina Fey fan. So I was immediately expecting to love every moment of this show.
All right, that's what you expected, though. Melissa,
is that what I got, Shin, though?
Exactly. Melissa, what did you get? I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I just threw myself off so hard. What did you expect? That was a close one.
You almost made me spit water all over my computer.
Oh my
I expected it.
So close. Well, I first heard about the show today. So I expected a show about a mayor. Yeah.
All right.
A Mr. Mayor.
Boy, oh boy.
Mr. Mayor. A Mr. Mayor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jennifer, before you watched this, what did you expect?
Well,
if anything,
I looked I saw it in the email, and then I immediately looked it up, and my first impression was, oh, it's going to be really campy, like over the top, like bombastic. And I was like, I like Ted Danson, but I normally don't go for these types of shows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Ted Danson on the ceiling. So I'll tell you what I expected. That's a song everybody knows. Okay. I expected to maybe not like it. I saw like billboards all over like Ventura Boulevard for it. So I was like, oh, cool, Ted Danson. I like him.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I haven't heard anything about the show. So maybe that means it's not very good. Like usually you kind of hear a little murmur or buzz in this town about something or online. So I didn't really have any expectations, although I am rooting for Ted Danson. So that's kind of where I was. I didn't know who else was in the cast. I didn't check. I didn't know. I didn't look. But that's what we expected. Spoiler alert, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, what did you actually get?
Spoiler alert that I got a show that started off slowly, except for Bobby Moynihan. He killed it all the way through.
I knew you loved him. So obvious.
He's great. Yeah, he's hilarious. Not only that, he's like a good dude in real life. Like I've seen like interviews with him, and like I've seen him on. I saw like an Instagram live. He was like him and Kenan and Thompson were just like chatting together about their new shows, and yeah, they're just like really down to earth guys and really really cool, fun guys. And not only that, but all of his characters are hilarious. Like Drunk Uncle on SNL was always killed me. And then in this show, he nails it. I mean, he's like wearing flip flops with a suit. He's like, their prescription.
Your prescription.
Yeah, very warm hands. Oh, I was just holding a French bread pizza. Like, what? But that's first of all, that's super random Tina Fey writing for sure. And like Ted Danson's line where he's like, I had to sleep with my two grandfathers. One of them had erotic dementia. That's right away. That's like straight up Tina Fey right there, and that's what I came for. But then the rest of it was kind of slow, and there was these two characters, like the two aides, Michaela and Tommy, and they were just kind of like they're not good. So it's kind of like hit or miss kind of. Ted Danson's all right. Bobby Moynihan's hilarious. The rest of the cast, I could get rid of him and I'd be happy. So,
boy, oh boy, I thought you'd like the deputy mayor, but we'll get more into that in a moment. Malissa Longo, what did you actually get upon viewing?
A surprise appearance by Ted Danson and Holly Hunter. I love Ted Danson, and Holly Hunter is one of my favoriteest actresses ever. But I also got a pretty formulaic sitcom.
That sounds like a derogatory term. The way you're using it.
Okay.
Okay. Jennifer, what did you actually get?
Well, I was immediately on board when it was Ted Danson walking down that hallway. There was action, and it's so up with that star quality with Ted and Bobby Moynihan, that when it went to those two aides, it was just like, just like you were saying.
Right.
I was like, ooh, not good. But you know who I really enjoyed in it? You guys are gonna laugh. Rachel Dratch.
Oh yeah,
I love everything she does. So that was just like a really pleasant surprise. And then I started like thinking, oh, all these people are from SNL. Like there's a lot of people from SNL here. I enjoyed the writing most of all. But the acting, I'm like, I could actually take it or leave it. Like it's all just like delivery of the wonderful language,
right?
The funny jokes, and like you said, it was like, so it needs to like they need to chop out all the parts that are not as stimulating.
Those lame aides, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, I hate to say this, but they could have cast it a little better to make that interesting, because they need that part to drive the story and have that other element.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there could have been someone a little bit more, perky, like or like conniving. Like conniving is the word.
That's
It needed
interesting.
more energy in those.
Let's talk more about the casting in a few minutes, because there's a lot to dive into there. Sounds like it's mostly positive from you. I'll tell you what I got. Okay, here it comes.
All right, this is my favorite part right here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got a show that was okay. I was happy. I didn't hate it. I was happy with it. I was pleased with most of the jokes. I thought that they were funny. They were good. There was nothing bad about it. I didn't really notice the aides. I wasn't blown away by them, but they certainly didn't, depress me. I was very pleased with Bobby Moynihan myself. And I was like, oh, if I like it, Mike's going to love it. And well-deserved. The guy's really funny. He's very likable. I think he does deserve our adulation. Yeah. So overall, those were my feelings on it. So everybody at home, we hope your predictions were safe. Let's get into this casting that Jennifer brings up, because there were like six main characters. There were six main characters. Were we all happy with Ted Danson?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with Ted Danson, right? I mean, he's shown us from Cheers to Becker, A Good Place, and and then now this show, and then he's a seasoned professional, and he knows what he's doing.
You know the actor studio, how they do interviews
Inside of it, yeah.
I was at the one with Ted Danson.
Ah,
Cool.
Yeah.
Ted Danson, tell us.
Kung kung.
Yeah,
What was that? A Resident
singing
Alien.
Ted Danson.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Moving down the list, what did you guys think of Bobby Moynihan, though?
2 thumbs up.
I would say solid.
Good. Melissa, what do you think of him? Be honest. Really carve into him.
PU. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No, he was funny.
You got me, man.
He was one of the more memorable characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what about you, Ryan? What do you think of these 2?
Oh no, I was fine with him. I thought, Ted Danson was fine. He knows how to deliver things. He's not really a character actor, but he's certainly a leading actor. So, he would be, or close to a lead at least. He would be a tough sell as, say, like the quirky neighbor, although I'm sure he could pull it off. But yeah, no, I mean, he was great. Hearing Bobby Moynihan, I was pleased when his face popped up. I was like, oh, that's Bobby Moynihan, and he was even better than I hoped. He was funny. He was good all around. Daughter, the aides. What do you guys think about the rest of that cast overall? Or the characters, and more specifically, were there any others that really stood out to you? Did you guys like the daughter?
No.
Yeah.
I'll be straight up. I didn't like. I mean, she's obviously not the best actor in my opinion. She's not terrible, but she's. I mean, they could have had somebody that could have brought something more to that role. And she's just kind of got this sour look on her face the whole time, and maybe that's what she's supposed to do. But I don't know. I didn't really care for her. Maybe it's just that her character was lame, but I think for me, I think it was probably the actor that didn't really pull it off.
I thought she was. I think a better casting would be, Julia Goldani Tells. She was the daughter in The Affair, and she's got such a sharp presence. She's really strong, but she's really thin, but you don't expect it because she's so young looking. And I feel like she would have played this really well, especially leading and running for class president. I think she would have really killed it. They needed a sharper person to with the father to
cut through the bullshit. You need a sharp knife to cut through all that bullshit.
Yeah, and that one scene in the back of the car where she's like, "You're not going to say anything else." He's like, "But what does he say?"
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me.
Well, Melissa, your turn.
Been...
I was just gonna say your turn to pick on a 15-year-old Melissa.
No.
Yeah.
She plays a 15-year-old, but she's actually 17, Ryan. Come on.
I don't know anything.
Didn't warm to her very much. I thought that she was a little one note, one tone all the way through. And I get that she was supposed to be, the bratty teenager, typical bratty teenager, but it was, again, one note yelling, "Oh, I hate you. Oh, oh, oh." Yeah, so it wasn't, yeah.
But I think she could have gone even further with the brattiness if that was the note from the director,
Yeah, but I think there's levels to brattiness. It's not all just yelling.
Right.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you so?
The colors, but also the intensity.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is interesting talk between two actresses right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking when you guys were talking about that, I was thinking, I wonder if they're going to add a 7th character to add more dimension, like whether No, I think he said the mom was dead, right? Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something, there might be another character they bring in at some point, but who knows? Okay, well, let's just get down to what Michael knows is the question I always like to ask people, since we're already talking about the cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was your favorite character on this show? Jennifer's already laughing, so she's got one.
It's just stupid. My answer's stupid.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, you want to hear it? Ted Danson. It's just so ridiculous. He drives the whole show.
Yeah,
It's probably not a stretch to figure out that Bobby Moynihan's my dude.
Yeah.
Jaden Quapis. He's like, aren't you a little bit old for a Jaden? Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I like that.
I just thought of one of the recasting of the assistants. There's this YouTube guy. He's an actor. He's done some stuff. His name is Alan Chicken Chow. And I think he would have been really good, actually, in this role.
Still might happen.
Yeah.
Melissa, did you have a favorite character? Was it Jaden Quampin? By the way, that was funny. He was like, yes, thank you for asking. I love that. I'm glad you brought that up. Melissa?
He was not. It was a tie for me between Ted Danson and Holly Hunter, because I think they work so well off of each other. Their banter back and forth is so good, and the delivery of whatever they're saying is nuanced, and they are very, very interesting to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll say that when I was saying to get rid of the rest of the cast, I didn't mean Holly Hunter. Actually, I would keep her, but I meant those two aides and the daughter. Really.
No, that's what I meant. AIDS. Alan Chicken Chow are the aides.
That's half the cast, Mike. God, you're cutthroat.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan? Who's your favorite character?
Probably the aides and the daughter. Nah, I don't know.
As one character, those three characters as one character is your favorite character.
Yeah. I mean, Bobby Moynihan had the best lines and the best delivery, I thought. So that one for now, if I were to just base it on the one episode, which we are, then I would have to say Jaden Krampus or whatever it is.
Quapis.
That's right. Krampus is like the German evil Santa Claus thing of lore that captures bad kids and throws them in his knapsack and carries them away.
The movie. I love that movie.
Krampus.
The one thing I will say, I will give them a little bit of a pass though, because they cast this thing and they shot it and everything was done during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And Tina Fey, I talked to Josh a little bit about Tina Fey, and he said that he had a Zoom meeting with her, but that's the only she wasn't on set. So maybe it was tough to run a show if you're not on set and like making different calls as things are going down.
Yeah. And being there during the editing process.
Right. Yeah, he said that production is I mean, I didn't know this. I'm not an actor. I'm not really that much in the industry. I just do comedy and stuff like that. But he said that, like, I guess during the pandemic, production was broken down into different pods. So like to keep people as separate as possible. So the writers are in a pod by themselves. They're not on set with the rest of the production crew. So
interesting. It's not an easy thing, and you definitely have to keep the extras to a minimum. That's like the step one of all of that, shooting during the pandemic is, well, sorry, extras, we got to figure out a way to shoot something with minimal people.
Yeah, Yeah.
What'd you guys
Ted
think?
Danson's really nice to extras, by the way. Just
Really?
Ah.
How do we know this?
'cause I've worked with him.
On what show?
Bored to death.
Bored to Death. That's
Mhm.
Jason Schwartzman, Ted Danson, and Zach Galifianakis, I want to say, right?
I think so. But he goes and he actually sits with and eats with the background actors, and
Oh, what a cutie.
he and his wife. Yeah, you can tell a lot about a person by how they treat their background. So
Oh man, that
Yeah.
makes me like him even more.
Part of the
Yeah.
reason for that, I think, is he grew up in the theater and he did
Mm.
with his wife as well. A lot of Shakespearean theater.
His wife, Mary Steenburgen, by the way, everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Who?
I find that people who transition from theater to TV film are kinder.
Mm.
Mary Steenburgen. She played the school marm in Back to the Future 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, hang on a second.
What?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Josh? How are you? Everybody, it's Josh Sussman.
Hey!
Josh!
Can you hear us, Josh?
Yeah, now I could. I was just talking. Yes, hello.
So
Hey, Josh
Hello.
Sussman.
So we're talking all about you. We're all saying good things except for Michael. He said a couple bad things and one good thing. But
Oh, Michael. Well, Michael,
Michael,
I
can you throw
didn't.
some
You know,
bird?
Ryan. Come on.
do we have beef? I mean, do we have vegan beef?
So we're
Yeah,
reviewing
vegan beef jerky. Yeah.
we're reviewing Mr. Mayor, and we know that you were on it. We just want to know. Oh, and also our friend Jennifer Keane, who you know, and Melissa Longo.
Oh, hello. I only hear Ryan. Could everyone hear me?
Oh,
Yes, we
Yes.
can all hear you. Yes.
that's right. He can't hear what's going on in my earphones. Sorry about that. They're all telling you how much they love you right now, Josh. But here's the thing. He's outside of an LA Fitness right now making this call, so we appreciate him calling. We just want to know very quickly, Josh, what was your experience like with the cast and crew on Mr. Mayor?
Well, thankfully, I love that the answer is that they're all really nice. Because sometimes I was once on a show where that's not the answer, and it's like, oh, it was fun to do, or I'll have vague answers. But here, everyone was real nice. Though I'll tell you just a fun story
Okay.
about the first time I met Ted Danson, because we were each wearing masks as we were supposed to do, and it was very safe. We were filmed during the pandemic, but it was all I would get tested for COVID. Everyone would get tested every day. But we're wearing masks. So he introduces himself, which I already know who he is. He's Ted Danson. I've been watching him since I was a young boy. And then after the introductions, he says, if we see each other later, we'll have no idea who we are. We won't remember this. I couldn't tell if he was being sarcastic or not, because I'm thinking, well, I know who you are. You're Ted Danson. And I also have a huge afro on top of my head that despite the mask, I would think he'd remember me too. But I was stumped. I think I told a bunch of people this. I think everyone thinks, oh, he was just being humble. He was just being a humble Ted Danson.
Do you think that maybe he just meant like he'll never remember you because he doesn't care about people?
It was a joke about the masks. I think it was just a joke about the masks, because, we have a mask on, so even when we're introducing each other, if we see each other without the mask, it's like, who's that? Well, you're Ted Danson. I'm the Afro guy.
The Afro guy.
Bobby Moynihan is so cool. I like him a lot. He's my favorite.
Oh, you met Bobby, huh?
Aw.
Yes, very nice. Very, very kind. And I love Zella. She's really fun. Most of all of my scenes have been with Zella, who played. What was her? I can't think of her character's name at the moment.
She was one of the aides, right?
Yeah, she was the one who came from like a social media background.
Oh, right.
And
Cool.
she has a top position. Holly Hunter's very fun, and she has her own interesting method, which is just interesting to witness. And she'll start the scene like a minute before. Like she'll be walking like down the hallway, and by the time they call action, then she's up to where she's supposed to be. So she's like living in the scene like a minute before they even get to action, and it's real interesting to just witness her do that.
Well, that's really cool, Josh. We only have a minute here. We can't. Everybody's just watching our reactions right now, but I did want to unplug. I did want to unplug my microphone here so you could actually hear them saying hello to you for once. Can you hear them now?
Hi, Josh.
I don't hear anyone
Josh.
yet, but I'm excited.
Hello.
Say hi. Like her. Oh, I heard laughter. I heard a laugh.
Hi, Josh.
Hi.
Hello. I'm so excited to watch this and see what all of you thought.
Oh no.
First season, 5 and 7. I will be watching this. So you guys have a great rest of the thing. Oh, you're going to have the bottom line. You're going to have to rate. You're going to have to discuss it.
He knows this. Yeah, he knows this perfectly. We are going to have.
He knows.
And we are going to rate it. And we do appreciate you jumping on just super quick for us because we were talking about you. So we wanted to connect with you. Josh, thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you at the gym. I'm back at the gym now, by the way. So I'll see you there. And we'll see you on the show soon. Yep. I'm there now every day.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, everyone.
Say bye. He can hear you now.
Hi.
Bye, Josh.
Hi.
Out to you.
Aw, bye.
Later. All right.
He's just the best.
Oh, yeah.
He's really sweet. Okay.
I think it was like the last episode that we did. He sent me an instant message on what do they call it? Direct message on Instagram. I don't know, DMs and IMs. I don't know these things.
He slid into your DMs.
Days.
Uh-huh.
He sent me a DM. He sent me like an audio message, like an audio recording. He's like, Michael, I just want to tell you that you guys do such a great job. You're so funny, and you guys do such a great job. And it was just the sweetest thing. And man, I was like, oh, thanks, Josh.
He's very, very nice. And I think everybody loves him. And if they don't, then there's probably something wrong with them for not liking him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
I thought of the second one.
All right.
So one for the eights. These are my cast. Alan Chicken Chow and then Tracy Ellis Ross.
Bold
So-
choice.
But they both have a lot of energy. Like
Who's that?
Tracy Ellis Ross. What was she in? Let me see if I can jog your memory.
I'm not very knowledgeable on people or shows or movies or really anything other than sports. Huh?
She was in Black. She was in The High Note. If you didn't see those, you probably go on her Instagram, you'll immediatally know who she is. Obviously.
Right.
But she's got a quirky personality.
Oh.
And she's
I just
you know what I'm talking
no, I just Googled her and I know her face. So
Put her up to the screen, Melissa.
hang on.
Here it comes.
All right, here we go.
Girlfriends.
Ta-da.
Okay. I don't know who that is, but okay.
I forget
Yeah.
what I saw.
I do. That's like Diana Ross's daughter, isn't it?
Is it?
Like of the Supremes. I think it is.
Yeah, I remember.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are talking about shows. You should have just said it's Diana Ross's daughter. I'd be like, what?
Yeah,
That's
but you want-
awesome.
That's what she hears all the time. You want her to have her own separate thing. But she
Yeah.
India. I first saw her in Portlandia. That's what it was. And I was just like, this
That's where Michael lives, Portlandia.
Yeah.
Can I show one more picture? Her
I don't see why not.
hair is incredible in this picture.
Yeah. That's Diana Ross's daughter, all right.
Just,
and
you need to see her hair.
Well, now I have to show you Alan Chow. He was in Grey's Anatomy. Oh, you can't see because
Oh, I can kind of see. Yeah, you can, it's like
Oh.
it's like him without the background. So.
his personality is more quirky though. Let me see.
All right, sorry Tina Fey, we just recast your show.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, who would you guys, if you, okay, look, we
All
like
right.
the rest of everybody's great, but who would you guys cast as Mr. Mayor instead of Ted Danson? If Ted Danson said, you know what,
Ooh.
I love the show, but I'm currently unavailable, go with your second choice. Who would you guys go with?
I mean, just because Ted Danson was on his show and he's the first guy that popped into my head, I'll say Larry David.
Okay.
It would be a completely different dynamic if Larry David was the mayor, but I think he would kill it.
You know who I was gonna say?
Who?
I like Bryan Cranston.
All right.
I'm not sure if he can. This show seems a little bit more like light. He could do it, but maybe there's a better.
Have you ever seen Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. Ted Danson's good in this.
Yeah.
Okay. What about last
right.
one? What about Bobby Moynihan's character? Who would you cast if Bobby Moynihan was not available?
Easy. Winnie the Pooh.
That is
Zach
easy.
I could see Zach doing it, yeah.
Or a Jack Black kind of character.
Oh yeah.
But they're a little less, they have a little bit less of that innocent quality. You know, Bobby's got a little bit more of like that I'm just an innocent guy. I don't know any, you know, whereas those other two are a little more knowing, you know.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true.
Anyway,
I'm still thinking of
let's talk about finally overall the writing, the comedy, the jokes. Were there any jokes or any scenes that really stood out to you? Like, Michael, what were the moments that made you LOL?
I mean, right away the thing that sticks out the most is just that line where Ted Danson's talking about like, oh, when I was your age, I had to sleep in a bed with my two grandfathers, and one of them had erotic dementia. Even just thinking about it makes me laugh out loud. And that's such a classic Tina Fey line too. So
yeah.
You know, I liked a lot of the throwaway lines too, like when Ted Danson, or I don't even know if it was Ted, it was, who is Tommy?
He's the aide, the male aide, the Asian
Oh,
guy.
well then maybe it was Tommy, because I just put a T and I don't remember if that's supposed to stand for Ted Danson or Tommy. But he says, who is this? I hate her haircut. I think that was the aide, Tommy. That was a funny line. I thought that was great. I liked it when the deputy mayor says Arpy, she calls her Heathrow,
Arpy.
calls the daughter Heathrow. Or when the aides were like, this is getting intense, and he's like, I know, I forgot we were even here. It was like a little meta joke there. And finally a good line was when Orly, which is a name in France, airport in France. So she's walking by on FaceTime and she goes, no, that's not laundry, that's my dad. Like, I don't know why that was funny, but I thought a lot of their little throwaway lines, and you guys seem to know more about Tina Fey than I do, but I don't know if that's definitely a Tina Fey thing. It's just cram all these little throwaway one-liners into it or not, but it worked well for me.
Yeah. Another one that was funny to me is like the Mayor Neal. He says, "Never feed a dog from a table," and then Jaden says, "That's why I only feed my turtle from my own mouth."
Yeah, and I thought, ew, parasites.
I like the part where he says, "I have podiatric claustrophobia."
Claustrophobia.
Right. Smart.
It was so good. It was just like that's a thing. You know, someone has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool because it makes Ted Danson's character as the typical out of touch nice guy that's just trying to survive in this crazy world. And so when he says like, they tell him, don't try to speak Spanish again. That's funny. Or when he says, just when did elite become a bad word? And of course, Tommy has the answer for it. He's like, well, it was whenever the hell it was. But these were all funny to me, I thought.
I thought of the alternative to Bryan Cranston with Ted Danson, Sam Waterston. I think he'd be really in Grace and Frankie. Oh,
nice. Michael, are you doing an impression of him?
No, I was just doing a face. I guess that's the face that comes to mind when I think of Sam Waterston, except with a big mustache.
Yeah. But Ted Danson has that politician look,
Melissa, any final lines or thoughts on the comedy or the writing?
I liked when the deputy mayor was initially coming out against the straws, and she says, come closer, memorize this face. No, I'll come to you.
I just thought of another one, like when Jaden's like in the hallway of the mayor's home. He's like, hey buddies. He's like, I meant to say hey buddy, but then my brain's like, make it plural. I don't know.
It's the writing.
Right. That's such a random Tina Fey type of joke to throw in there.
Yeah.
It's good. I like that humor.
It moves so fast you have to like rewatch it to catch everything because there's so many lines,
Speaking of moving fast, wow, we're almost out of time here. It is time to talk about you, Jennifer Keane, and your acting career and your fun. So here it comes. Question number 1. You're an actor, huh?
Yeah.
That's all I got. What do you guys think? That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. No, what have you worked on lately? Anything that we can check out, or any fun stories to tell us about recent works?
Right before COVID, I was on the Deuce on HBO.
Nice.
And I played, drum roll, a young porn star.
Wow.
Gets beat up. Yeah, but it was so fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to more roles. And then COVID happened, so then things were weird, and then I went home with family. But now I'm in Atlanta, and I with People Store, which is a great agency. I've been getting great auditions. I can't really talk about any of the auditions because you signed the NDAs and things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely picking up, and I'm getting a lot of auditions every week. And I think they're just trying to figure out who I am and where I fit in this market. Yeah.
Right.
So
do you have a specific type that you usually go out for? I mean, do you get more people looking at you for, say, like the romantic lead or the best friend or the wacky neighbor or the crazy murderer? What kind of roles do you tend to get?
I have been attracting a lot of quirky characters who are like maybe even not transgender, but lesbian.
Non-binary or?
Yeah, that's the word I was searching for, non-binary, which I love. I love that that's happening. I would be honored to play that and have a lot of fun exploring that world. But I would say so far, I guess the majority is that girl next door vibe.
If you were to pick or create any kind of role for yourself, if have you ever just wanted to play, like an alien character, or a sinister type of character, or like a clown, like a wacky clown, or just somebody from Arkansas?
I want to play either a character that's like the leader of the rebellion, of some sort, or TV series like The Walking Dead. But actually, I'd also really like to play like an evil character, but like in the superhero world, like on Doom Patrol. I would love to play some kind of character who everybody's like, oh, I fucking hate her, but like in real life, I'm nice. You do it so well.
Wow. So everybody at home right now, if you were a casting agent and you looked at Jennifer Keane and watched her, what would you be interested in casting her as? Something safe or something crazy? Go as crazy as you want. You want to make her a Ferengi on Star Trek? Go for it. If you want to make her
crazy. Yeah.
I just thought of something else. When I had my kind of interview with People Store, I had mentioned, because they were like, how do you see yourself? And I said, I see myself playing a witch on Stranger Things who's the queen of the Demogorgons in the underworld. And they were like, okay. So that's another role that I would really.
I like that one. That one sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much done with the Stranger Things.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've got more coming, right?
Hey.
Well, definitely filming. I wanted to get on this next season, which I think they're done filming now.
Yeah. Okay. So that's really cool. Everybody at home, please check the description box below for all of Jennifer Keane's information. You will get it all there. Not all of it, but just the information you would like divulged.
Follow me on Instagram.
That's the one. So please follow her on Instagram and wherever else she'd like to be followed. We'll include that in the description box just below me, just below Mike, and just below Melissa.
I only have like 600 followers.
Let's make it 607. We can do this. All right. It's time to move to the bottom line. It's the bottom line. Melissa calls it the terrible twos. Michael calls it the bottom line. So we flip-flop back and forth. It's usually called the terrible twos. Here we go. It's the final two questions of the show. The two most important questions. Question number one is, it's a tough one. On a scale of, oh boy, Josh, cover your ears. If you're cover your ears,
away.
just in case. We'll let you know if it's safe. Okay, here we go. Because Mike can be really tough sometimes. On a scale of 1 to 10, Michael, what would you rate this first episode of Mr. Mayor?
Well, I went into it with high hopes, and maybe that's why I was disappointed. Just because, like, I thought, Tina Fey is going to be great. I'm going to be laughing every second from the get-go. And I liked it. I did, I laughed. There were some good, solid jokes. But as we talked about, there were some slow moments and some slow characters. And so because of that, it's with great shame that I have to rate this show a 6.5.
Okay.
It's still on the upside, still above 5, which Josh would agree that means I liked it.
He really reamed into us that one time. 6.5
yeah,
is good.
but 6.5. It leaves me wanting, but it's there's good stuff there.
Melissa, scale of 1 to 10. What do you think?
I'm going to go with a 6.2. I think there's a lot of solid potential there. There's a lot of solid potential. There's a lot of forgettable moments for me as well. I'm annoyed by this trend of where current shows like to shove as much dialogue into one sentence as possible, and the delivery has to be blah, 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 blah. And so we get talking heads rather than character development and what have you, and storytelling. So I felt there was a lot of that in this show, but there was also a lot of good stuff too. So 6.2.
Cool. Jennifer, scale of 1 to 10. What do you think?
I think I'm going to give it a 7 because if this was percentages, that's 70%, that's passing. I give it a C. Well, one, Josh is in it. No, I'm just kidding. Do my due diligence. No, we're just kind of in alignment with the show. Politics. I think because it kept my attention, but also I gotta say I don't really watch sitcoms, so it's also getting more of a 7 rather than higher because it's not something that is like exciting for me. But I guess I like the writing, and it's the same thing as Melissa just said. Like it's one thing to be good at delivery and have this comedy and this going on, but like where's the depth? Is there any? Like, is there any kind of character development where I start to feel for the character? I don't know if that would ever happen. It's so light. It's so on the surface that I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, 7 is solid because it's passing. It's entertaining, but it's not like, oh my God, you have
definitely.
To watch this.
That's a pretty good grade. I'll tell you what I would give it. What I will give it.
Oh no.
I've toiled a bit on this. It was better than I expected. I'm going to give it a 5.7. But not, and this is where Josh would kill me, but I did like it. It was very easy to watch. It was pleasant. There were no parts that I did not like. I thought it was just fine. There was nothing that blew me away. I thought, so you put it down the middle as a 5, but then plus some because I did enjoy it. It did make me laugh. I did laugh at some of the jokes. Nothing really blew me away. I found it to be very pleasant and a very easy watch, and I would recommend that other people watch it, and I give it a 5.7. Now, that being said, everybody, for the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of Mr. Mayor. Now that the podcast is over and you're free to move about the internet of your own volition, would you watch the second episode, Michael?
Yeah. Yep, I would. And I did. In fact, I watched the whole first season, mostly because I wanted to see Josh, right? Like, I was like, where's my buddy Josh? So I wanted to see him. He kills it, of course. And he's in 2 episodes in the first season, but I did see Bobby Moynihan on Instagram talking about it, and basically what he was talking about is like at the end of the first season, he said they started getting their stride, and I agree with that. And he says that he really hopes that they get renewed because what they have planned is even better. And I'm happy to report that they did get renewed for season 2. And so hopefully Josh gets some more work out of that too, because his character, it's a minor character, but he does have speaking lines, and he's really good. So I want to see more of him on the show. So make sure to make more Josh Sussman episodes.
Yeah, Josh Sussman.
Malissa Longo, would you don't have to be nice like Mike. Would you watch the second episode?
I would watch the second episode. I think there's some potential here. I could watch anything that Holly Hunter's in, and Ted Danson. But I do think there's some good potential here. So I would watch the second episode.
Wow. Jennifer.
All right.
Would you watch the second episode of your own volition?
Yes.
Ah.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
But then right after the second episode, I would probably just go to whatever episode Josh was in.
Episode 5, yeah.
So I'd watch 2, just get a gist, where's it going, and then I'd just hop forward.
This has made this very difficult for me. I was all set to say that no, I would not watch the second episode because I just don't, I might end up, it's another one of those shows where I might end up watching the second or third episode, but I would not.
Or especially the 5th, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I would watch the 5th. Definitely. I guess I'll have to stick with a no, that I wouldn't plan on watching the 2nd episode. Although I would definitely watch the 5th episode. And based on what Michael said, it almost switched me over to saying yes, because it only needs to get a tiny bit better, which I do suspect that it would. I mean, it's the first episode of a sitcom. They have 22 minutes. They don't have time to do anything. You know, the best they can do is make a few jokes and get you to like the characters. So I'm going to have to stick with the no, but I will almost assuredly watch some more episodes, even if it's not the 2nd episode. But the question is the 2nd. So I feel
think you're
terrible
going to
for
make
saying
Bobby
that.
Moynihan very sad. Yeah.
All right, I'll say yes. Okay, let's move on. Yes, I would watch the 2nd episode because good people deserve it to be watched. And Michael says it gets better, and we want to support good people. And it was easy to watch.
If you watch episode 5, Josh gets residuals.
Nice.
See?
That's it. We did it, you guys. You flip-flopped me for the first time ever. And then when this thing's over, I'm going to flip back to a no.
Awesome.
Wow.
Maybe I'll flip back to a no. But that's all. We got to run, guys. Michael's got a heart out. We got to fly. And so just remember this one thing, WTF and whatever you want us to watch, make sure to like, subscribe, check out our friends in the description box below. And this podcast held warm French bread pizza.
This podcast had erotic dementia.
This podcast had Josh Sussman in it.
Yeah, oddly enough, it did.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me about this podcast.
Nice.
A
little flip on us.
Yeah.
Now, everybody at home, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to Jennifer. Thank you to Melissa. Always remember what Mr. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg always likes to tell us.
Don't forget to register to be an organ donor, please. And also just please watch the first of TV shows.
I'm switching back to a no.